Alright, going to be installing some HIDs on my 2017 S1000R. First, we're going to start by removing the small fairing windshield. We're going to move this bolt here, and then there's one on the underneath side right here. And then we'll have more access to things and get started. Alright, we're removing these side fairings. Be careful. You kind of have to pull out and down, and then you have to pull it straight out like that. There's a piece here at the bottom that it sits in, so make sure you pull it back, but be careful to protect the top here to not hit the brake line or the clutch line. Then using a screwdriver, just pull this little piece back here and then pull that straight out, and it'll come up, and you can just set this off. Now you've done both the left and the right hand side fairings. Remove the turn signal as well. We have another bolt right here, it needs to come off, and same thing on the other side. Then we should be able to remove the entire headlight shroud. Alright, starting on the right hand side of the bike, we have the low beam. There's a dust cover there, we need to remove that. Coming around to the left hand side of the bike, this is the running light right here. I simply turn this, pull it straight out. I'm going to replace it with an LED bulb, and the high beam is right here. Let's see, right there. So we're going to remove that, and all the bolts that we've taken out so far have been T25s. Talking about the ones right here and right there, just as a reference. Right, so just make sure you check each bulb as you go, make sure it works. These LEDs that I bought have a polarity, so it's got a positive and negative. I had to swap it around because I had it incorrect the first time, so make sure you check that out before you keep going. To remove the dust cover on the low beam, just reach in there, twist it to the left or towards the center, and it's about a quarter turn. It comes right out. Now we need to remove this power supply, and there are two springs on each side of the bulb. It's kind of hard to see. I'll see if I can get a better angle once I remove that. Okay, so to remove that, I just stuck the screwdriver right between the two ports right there to make it easy, and I pull it straight back. Now it looks like we need to push this clip straight back. As you can see, it kind of holds on. Looks like both sides, and then it should swing up with this joint here at the top, or the pivot joint at the top. Alright, so now I got both the clips off of those hooks right there. I watched another video that says that once you lift up that joint, you can pretty much move the bulb up and down, and it'll help it come straight out. So I'll let you know how it works here in a second. And move that straight up. Looks like it's gonna come right out, but let's see. Yep. So we got it straight out. Has this little notch right here on the top, so make sure you keep the right orientation when you go to reinstall the HID bulb. Alright, so the daytime running light is connected to these two black wires. It's going to be a pain in the butt to get out. Hoping to use a screwdriver or maybe some needle nose pliers to be able to pull that straight out. And I don't know how I'm going to get it back in, but I'll see and try to figure this out. Right, so it wasn't too bad. You can kind of see the opening, or at least the reflection of the light coming through the opening right there. Luckily, the cord pulls out just far enough to where I should be able to pull out the new bulb and put on put on the new one. And then hopefully I'll be able to shove it right back in there, back to its home. So I'll swap the bulbs out and see if I can get it back in there. Alright, so I got it back in there, and I'm checking it right now. Everything's good. I was able to push it back in without too much of a pain, and push the rest of that wire back in as well, so it stays within the dust cover. Now trying to get the next bulb in there and make sure we got enough room for the ballast and stuff. Alright, so here's our dust cover. I'm gonna take the drill, and I'm gonna get a hole in the middle of it so that way I can feed the wires through and keep it completely sealed. Hopefully keep all the water and dust out, just for in good measures. All right, here's my finished product. I'm going to take a file to it, kind of get everything nice and cleaned up. Once it's done, I can route the HID through it and make sure the cover stays on there so it's good to go. Okay, so I've got the HID bulb back in there. It's a pain in the butt getting those clamps back in. This is my finished product. I had to make a little bit of an indentation right there, a notch, just to get this part of the clip through. It worked out okay. Sorry, my bike is extremely dirty right now. It rained. But so this will be sealed up by this rubber plug right here, and then I've got to plug in the wires here, and then we'll be good to go. Looking at this plug, the red one goes in the top and the black goes in the bottom. I just checked it out, make sure it worked, and everything was good. Here's the finished product. Now we're gonna move on to the high beam side. Okay, so now we're gonna remove the high beam. It's kind of easy. Well, not really easy, but here's a little cheat for you. You just go underneath of it and push it away from you into the bike, and you'll see that it comes out. You need to wiggle it a little bit to get it all the way out of there. But you're gonna have to remove this piece using a screwdriver and pressing down on it to move the actual connector from the bulb. All right, I just took the bulb out and replaced it with the HID bulb. I've replaced the connector, down here, plugged everything in, got the ballast and everything plugged up. Just hop checked it, we're good to go. So now I need to just wrap everything up on both sides and tuck away the ballast just right here in the middle somewhere, and I'll figure that out and just give you guys a shot of it real quick. All right, really hard to see in there, but I ended up zip tying up some stuff and getting everything just pushed in there, good to go. Hopefully I checked the left or right, the steering locks, make sure no wires in the way, nothing gets pinched, and or I can't turn in the future, so everything should be good to go. Gonna button everything back up. Do a quick test. So everything's good to go. Again, gonna go ahead and button it. Right, got everything back together. Went ahead and off-checked everything. Make sure you don't forget to plug in your blinkers. Everything was the opposite of the way that we took it apart. So if you do that, just put this fairing over the headlights, throw the windshield on, connect the blinkers, and then put each side fairing on, and same thing on the side, and finish up by putting in the rest of the bolts. They're T25 again. For the right connector, the right piece to make it work. So we'll do one more check, make sure everything's good. So headlights work. We've got the new LED running lights. Start it up. So that's it. Everything's good to go with the install. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I'll be making more stuff for my 2017 S1000R. Again, just let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll hit you back. All right, bye.